Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. Some days ago, the lawmakers in the House of Representatives concluded that the president must come to the floor and address them in House of Representatives. But after a while, they say it's going to be a joint session. That's the House of Rep and also the Senate. And after some days had passed, the president sent out a message via his spokesperson that he will be available to address the joint session of the lawmakers in the Red Chamber come Thursday, which is the 10th of December 2020. But shockingly, yesterday night, something happened. Something very interesting happened. And what was that? Governors who were elected into office via APC platform had to summon a meeting with lawmakers who were also elected into office via APC platform, and they tried to dissuade them, to encourage them to stop or discourage them to stop the president from coming in to address them. It was a serious argument. You're going to see all of this in a jiffy, and I'm so shocked. It's as if there's an agenda that is yet to be explained. They tried to, convince them not to allow the president to speak in the joint session. But, you're going to hear everything. But before we continue, if you're not subscribed, just hit the red subscribe button. And for those who have subscribed, thank you real good, and may the Lord bless you. All right, let's look at the news so that we get more details. The governor elected on the platform of the All Progressive Congress, APC, may have had their way against the wishes of the members of the National Assembly over the summon issued to President Muhammadu Buhari by the lawmakers on the degenerating security situation across the country. At a Tuesday night meeting between the governors and the party caucus in the National Assembly, those in attendance argued for hours on reason for and against the appearance of the president before the House. We were briefed on the deliberation at the meeting by multiple sources present. The governors were led to the meeting by their chairman, who doubles as the governor of Kebbi State, Atiku Bagudu. Also in attendance were both Senate President Ahmed Lawan and the Speaker of House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila. The governor of Katsina State, Bello Masari, who was also a Speaker of the House of Representatives, was accorded the opportunity to speak to the lawmakers on the likely consequence of the president's appearance before the lawmaker, and hear their argument. Apart from their fears that the state houses of assembly may want to take the opportunity to harass the governors by seeking frequent appearance, they also claimed that they had obtained an intelligence report that indicated that the opposition People Democratic Party members were planning to embarrass the president. The governors took turns to explain the likely consequences of such development on the Muhammadu Buhari-led administration and the ruling party. Canvassing the governor's position, Mr. Masari said, as a former lawmaker and Speaker of the lower chamber, exposing the president to opposition's attack could be damaging to the image of the party and the party members. The governor also spoke about party supremacy, insisting that the decision of the party at its National Executive Council meeting held earlier in the day was to discourage the president from addressing the lawmakers. One of the governors from the North Central state spoke about the public knowledge of their meeting and cited the earlier report by Premium Times. The governor said the content of the meeting with the president at the villa and other places have been reported by the newspaper. He therefore cautioned members in attendance against sabotaging the interest of the party. They therefore appealed to the lawmakers to heed their request by cancelling the address of the president, which had already been scheduled for Thursday. And meanwhile, the president of the Senate, Mr. Lawan, who was apparently the only senator in attendance at the meeting, was reported to have supported the position of the governors. In what some lawmakers describe as a surprising position, Mr. Lawan was said to have supported the idea of party supremacy, saying the conclusion of the National Executive Council meeting must be supported by all. It would be recalled that unlike the lower chamber, the position of the Senate on the violent killing of 43 rice farmers in Zabarmari, a community in Jere local government area of Borno State, was the removal of the service chiefs. But it was the third time the lawmakers were demanding the removal of the service chief over the rising insecurity in the country. Yet, the president has stuck to his guns. Despite the huge voices of the majority of lawmakers for fear of being stripped of their return ticket by the governors, some of them rose to counter the governor's position. The lawmakers said they doubted the intelligence that suggested the possible embarrassment of the president by the opposition lawmakers, querying why the president was not embarrassed during the budget presentation. They said members of the ruling party were in majority and were capable of staving off any attempt to rubbish the president. One of the lawmakers also reportedly accused the governors of flaunting party supremacy to suit their agenda, saying the same governors worked against the candidates of the party during the governorship election in Edo State. The lawmakers, who is from the South-South region, said the governors were not sincere with their plans and urged his colleagues to stand together to defend the interests of Nigerians. The lawmakers from the North were angrier, saying they could no longer visit their constituencies without fear of being mobbed. They said to see their families, they now stay in hotels in neighboring states and that hiding can no longer save them from the people they represent. One of the lawmakers said the appearance of the president will offer the administration and the party the opportunity to list their effort at addressing the issue of governance challenges being faced and the need for the support of Nigerians. The lawmakers cited the State of the Nation address before the parliamentarians by American presidents, saying such culture should be emulated in Nigeria. Apparently, for fear of being accused of being used against the president, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Mr. Femi Gbajabiamila, refused to make a categorical statement throughout the period the meeting lasted, our source said. According to multiple sources, the Speaker's major participation at the meeting was in the recognition of his colleagues to speak on the matter. A source disclosed that Mr. Gbajabiamila also did not want to further escalate the tense relationship between his political godfather and former Lagos State Governor Bola Ahmed Tinubu. As of the time of rounding up the meeting at about midnight on Tuesday, the governors and the lawmakers could not conclusively arrive at any logical conclusion. However, the governor resolved to repeat their position to the president and appeal to the lawmakers to support the party in protecting the president against possible harassment by the opposition. It is therefore not certain that the president would address the joint session of the National Assembly on Thursday as earlier scheduled. In their reaction to the November 28 Gizo murder in Zabarmari, Borno State, members of the Green House on December 1st had endorsed a motion of urgent national importance by a representative, Satuma Ahmed. The motion sought the appearance of the president at the earlier parliament over the killing and the general insecurity in the country. Yeah, so this is really interesting, I tell you, and this is real democracy. If for nothing, I would like to thank those who are lawmakers, APC lawmakers, especially from the North, for standing their ground on this issue. No matter what, it is the duty of the president to speak concerning issues that are troubling in the nation. Now, this is what we see in states, which I believe that it should be what the president should do more often. I strongly believe that the lawmakers wouldn't have invited him to come and speak if he was fond of having press conferences with journalists before the people. But we've not seen it. Issues of national importance will spring up, and expectation is that the president was going to speak to the people, and we won't see the president. Now, look at what one of the activists, Aisha, had to say to the president, that the leader of the insurgent group have addressed Nigerians, but yet the president had not said anything about the issue of insecurity in the North. That was a very serious word, I tell you the truth. And a lot of people commented. I feel that no matter what, the president should be well equipped with adequate information to stand his position and tell Nigerians what he is up to, what they have done thus far, and what their expectations are. These things cannot be refuted. I strongly believe that the lawmakers will not allow the governors to convince them, because I don't know what they are driving at. That's the truth. But just go to our comment section. Having heard all of this, what do you think will happen come Thursday? Do you think the president will actually honor, the invitation given him? Don't forget that there are some persons too. One guy said that he was going to walk naked from Abuja to Lagos if the president ever honor, the invitation of the House, the lawmakers. And we are about to see it happen according to the prediction of the guy. But however, let's wait and hear what they will tell us.